Hi, my name is Emily Cardigan. Justin and I have been friends for a very long time, although we differed when we believed we became friends. He says 4th grade, I say 6th.
I am right.
We were those really cool kids who hung out with our teachers, at middle school and very awkwardly also in high school. I've really been thinking about what to say during this time. It's really hard to put into words how important Justin is to me. He is an amazing human. He has the kindest heart of anyone that I know. I admire him for so many reasons. He is generous, loving, hardworking, helpful, thoughtful, funny without meaning to be. He's supportive, and the list goes on. He is the definition of what a best friend is. I'd like to reflect on some of my favorite memories with him. Theater is where we spent a lot of our time together, going to Turnabout, prom together, homecoming, our senior project where Justin did all the work while I slept in bed. This is a really cool fact about us. When we used to go out to eat, we used to call each other to match our outfits. True story. When Justin went to Harleston, that was really hard for me. I really hated being apart from him. One of the sweet things he did while he was in Harleston was every time he saw a daffodil, he took a picture and sent it to me, and I have a little collage of all the daffodils that he saw. He was there. That's my favorite flower. There's so many great memories that we have together. That's just to name a few. Those are the memories I have of just me and Justin. But a whole new chapter started when Nate came along. I remember the first time that I met Nate. We clicked immediately. He was funny, charming, and charismatic. What I really liked about him was when I looked at Justin, I could see how happy he was. I'm really excited to see where this next chapter of their lives leads them to. I wish them a lifetime of happiness and adventures. I love you both so very much. Please help raise your glasses with me to celebrate this beautiful marriage between two truly beautiful people, and as Justin and I always say, love, love.
Next up is Best Ed Michael.
So we finally made it. McDix 2016. This chair is in my way. So before I get started, I just want to give a few shout outs. So obviously the parents, Neil, Linda, Bill, and Tammy. The bridal party, us sitting up here, obviously. Of course, we have to give our thanks to the furry family, Samson and Caesar, even though they're not with us here tonight. And then everyone who has been involved in the wedding in some way or another. We thank you for that. And then obviously to all of you who traveled far and wide to be here to celebrate. And I want to give a very special shout out to those who traveled all the way from Germany just to be here tonight. That's mean to us. But on that note, I guess I should introduce myself. So my name is Michael Bainbridge, and I am Nathan's long-time mentor and role model. For those of you who actually took the time to read my lengthy excerpt on the McDix wedding website, you know that Nathan and I have known each other for quite some time now. We've been 13 years we've been together now. So we met back in high school, and he bought my friendship with this very Statue of Liberty lighter. We tried to get it to work. I think we can. There we go. It was there. The flame still burns. The flame still burns. Now, I was going to get up here and share some of my favorite moments that I have had with Nathan. The problem is, if they're not just movie quotes, they're only going to be something that he and I are probably going to laugh at. You know, there are a couple good stories, you know, where he sat on my parents' toilet and crushed it. And we had to remodel our whole bathroom. And then there's also the embarrassing ones where, you know, he could get angry at me whenever I found his secret Mariah Carey box in the bottom of his closet. And I could never get anywhere near it. But I didn't want to go into too much detail because, as they say, all memories have to die sometime. And as much as I like to think that we're here to celebrate Nathan's great taste in friends, we are not. And just to make sure we're on the same page, and mainly as a reminder to myself, we are here to celebrate these two people, Nathan and Justin. So with that in mind, and at risk of becoming a little mushy, I felt it more appropriate to instead share the moment that Nathan fell in love. That moment came for Nathan 13 years ago when he met me. Sorry, Justin.
I knew this was coming.
And a lot has happened since this lighter has passed hands. We've had more than one near-death experience together. We performed in show choir and musicals together. I was there the only 2 times that he ever murdered an animal with his car. We spent hours at each other's homes swimming, me whooping his ass in Super Smash Brothers, Nintendo 64 of course, and lots of late night conversations. We vacationed together, had oysters for the first time together. We visited Foamhenge together. It's a highlight. And our experiences together have literally spanned the heights above the earth to the depths below the sea. I mean, we've climbed waterfalls, we've jumped out of airplanes, we've scuba diving, whatever the past tense is. And to top it all off, we saw Kelly Clarkson in concert together like 6 times. He's pretty obsessed. I never paid for a single ticket. And if that doesn't cement a friendship, I don't know what does. I can honestly say that most of the best times and memories that I have include this guy. But our friendship has not always been rainbows and butterflies. We have gone through some seasons without a lot of contact. And we've had some epic fights as well. But for the sake of this speech, we will call that our dark ages. Both of us, independently from each other, went to hell and back. We both went through some pretty challenging times and had to sort through some pretty shitty stuff. We hurt each other in that process. It's funny sometimes how the people you love the most are the people that you end up hurting the most. Something that has actually, but our friendship survived through it all. That is going to end on that downer. Our friendship survived through it all, and it's actually something that I'm very grateful for. But in addition to these dark ages, ultimately strengthening our friendship, another great blessing sprang out of that. And that is Nathan met Alan, one of his other groomsmen, hiding behind the camera. I personally don't know Alan all that well, but Alan, I owe you a lot. And I am forever thankful that you have been able to be there for Nate when I haven't been able to be or couldn't be. And I'm happy that you guys found each other. Alan, you're a good man and you're a good friend and you're a great emotional support to Nathan. So thank you. But as to keep our history analogy going forward, as we travel out of the Dark Ages and into modern history, I moved to Germany, and Nate met Ben, or more commonly known as the work husband. Ben, while you don't have the history that Alan and I do with Nate, you have to hear him talk every day. And of us three groomsmen, as of this point in time, you are the most present in his daily life. And I must say, speaking from experience, heavy is the head that wears the crown. It's you that has to talk him off the ledges. It's you that has to roll the eyes. It's you that has to be his sounding board. It's you that has to pick him up in his self-deprecating moments. But it's also you that has to pop the ego.
Oh.
So it's a challenging task that you have right now. But we are only 3 people of the many that love Nate and are there for Nate. Because as we all know that know Nate, it truly takes a village. But as we journey into today, I can honestly say there's no greater comfort than stepping back and knowing that Justin completes you. I was gonna do one of these super stupid Austin Powers you complete me things, but I decided not to. And I kind of did at the same time. But Nathan and Justin started dating around the same time that my wife and I actually started dating. Actually, just a couple months, I think, from within each other. And to be honest, I wasn't really there during that time. I wasn't really there emotionally or physically. I wasn't there to help you process through this, talk you through it, talk about your excitements and your nervousness, your hopes and your fears. There are other people in this room that can share those stories better than I can. And that's something that I truly wish were different, Nathan. But it's something that I have came to peace with, knowing that you were able to find others to help you through that time. But I can share the story of the first time that I met Justin. We had a double date, and it was an amazing moment. Olive Garden, exactly.
Free breadsticks.
Free breadsticks. And what I saw happening between the two of you was, I was so amazed by that because it's the same thing that I experienced between Talita and myself. And since then, I have had the pleasure to watch the way you love each other, experience how dedicated you are to each other, learn how your personalities truly complement each other, and I've been able to, my favorite, observe how your weaknesses balance out the other's strengths. The two of you have single-handedly broadened my faith, my worldview, and my perspective. Thank you for challenging me. I now fully understand that God created us to complete and love each other. And when I look at you both, Justin and Nathan, all I see is completion and love. Your journey together has been an inspiration to me. You have gifted me with something that I can never repay you with. You being you and learning to love yourselves and each other is the greatest testament to love that I have ever witnessed. And because of that, I can love better, I can love harder, and I can love more severely than I have ever been able to before. You guys are impacting the world around you and causing ripple effects, literally around the world. There are great times and some not so great times ahead of you guys. But remember the words of Billy Ocean. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. And you two are very tough. Now, I've had this slider for the past 13 years because it's been the symbol of the start of our friendship. And now it's time to pass the torch. But not this one, it's mine. will give it to me. You can't have it. But Justin, I give you this one. It burns a little bit harder and a little bit brighter. It's for you, Justin. I'd like y'all to join me in raising a glass to Justin and Nathan. May your love, to be cliche and cheesy, always burn bright.
Here, here.
All right, let's have the rest.
I'll